Okay, myself Dr. Rabia Asif. I'm from Lahore College Government University, Pakistan, and the topic of my presentation is from camels to CAMELITE, advancing banking stability measurement through technology innovation and ESG integration. First of all, we will go through the research gap and motivation why I have to select this topic because previously I noted in my PhD research that stability of a financial institution is the biggest task. And although the stability of any country or any economy is dependent on the stability of financial institution, therefore it is important to measure the stability measures and stability parameters so that overall economic stability can be enhanced. In this regard, the older stability measure, which is known as CAMELS, which is most often used for banking stability parameter, is now, according to the changing circumstances, is unable to forecast actual what is actually the banking stability. More preferably after the innovation of AI adoption tools in the banking sector or in the financial institution. And other parameters like literature provide other evidence that this particular CAMEL indicator is not more uh, um, valid now to measure the stability of banking institution. Therefore, the motivation of this research is to enhance the older stability measure, which is known as CAMEL indicator, by integrating three of the more recently used indicator, which is ESG, into the camel, so made it to the camel light. This could be a new formula to determine the stability of any banking or financial institution. What is new in this particular transformation that the previous or older stability measure ignored the digital transformation into its measurement. Therefore, the impact of AI technique or online banking environment on its on the form value of any banking institution is unable to predict or forecast by the older particular CAMELITE indicator. And further, older variable was unable to forecast ESG integration into, and it was a back-looking metric because it was more oftenly dependent on the accounting-based measure and overlooked the market measure so that financial stability can be forecasted. After the occurrence of repeated global financial crisis, uh, since the bank, there is more need to assess the stability of banking institution. Therefore, this particular framework will provide a more comprehensive outlook to measure or to look into the stability of any financial institution. Further, this slide elaborate the banking industry landscape, which define the transformation. Previously, the bank were not more involved into the digital transformation or digital integration, but now 78% of the bank throughout the world are investing to the digital transformation, and 89% of the bank are more oftenly used AI or machine learning techniques for determining the risk or for risk assessment. Further, 65% of the bank are found to be increasing their reporting and incorporate ESG parameter in their reporting requirement. Therefore, all these indicators state that it is more important to involve ESG factor into the banking stability parameters. What are the research objective? Based on the previous discussion, I have developed four objectives to carry on this particular research. First, what is in order to develop the CAMELITE indicator into from the older one, which will extend the previous CAMEL indicator by integrating innovation technology and ESG dimension into a comprehensive stability measure. And this particular CAMELITE indicator or index will be developed by using machine learning techniques, which is another innovative idea which have not previously been incorporated into the research literature. Secondly, we will also provide empirical validation of this particular new tool so that we may make a comparison that whether older one or new one indicator of stability is more providing more accurate forecast of the banking stability. Further, the new particular stability indicator will derive regulatory and policy insight and provide a more comprehensive route to determine the form value and form performance background. Next is the conceptual framework. This conceptual framework is based on 8 particular parameters which are used to determine or to measure the CAMELITE indicator. In the first stage, we will develop a CAMEL index, and then from this CAMEL index, we will determine whether this CAMEL index is important to assess the firm value or banking stability. So this particular, the key contributor to this particular study is first to integrate innovation technology and ESG simultaneously into the CAMEL model in order to enhance this particular CAMEL model into the CAMELITE weight. And further, this is on a particular, this could be a novel study in this regard that in order to estimate the predictive power of this CAMELITE model, we are going to use machine learning based techniques by using the banking sector data. The research design is based on the 2 comprehensive stages. Under the first stage, we will develop the CAMELITE index, which will even be based on the principal component analysis or equal weighing method based or entropy based weighting. We will use any one of these which will be found valuable for suitable construction index. And in stage 2, we will apply ML based evaluation techniques, which could be a random forecast, XGBoost, support vectors regression model, or artificial neural network in order to determine the predictive power of this new CAMELITE model. This is the data and sample overview. We are going to collect the data from 150 retail commercial bank over the 14 years from 2012 to 2024. And this will incorporate into 1950 plus bank year observation. We will more accurately be providing a balanced data framework, because balanced data framework is more openly provide a comprehensive outlook into the stability measure. And we are going to analyze 42 variable regarding the CAMELITE indicators so that a more comprehensive output variable could be transformed. This is only a overview about the machine learning framework which we are going to use in this particular study. Normally, under the machine learning framework, 4 of the techniques are used, which is random forest, XGBoost, support vector regression, and neural network. And these are for particular models or strategies are more oftenly used to determine or assess the predictive power of any particular design or framework. We are going to provide or expect the finding that this particular CAMELITE will provide a 15 to 25% more accurate determination of the stability rather than the traditional CAMELITE. And from technology and ESG impact point of view, the adoption of technology, innovation capacity, and ESG performance will significantly enhanced by incorporating the CAMELITE framework into the stability indicator of the particular financial institution. Further, running quality, technological readiness, and governance will further strengthen the firm value prediction when we are going to use XBoost analysis in order to determine the firm value, in order to determine the impact of this particular new stability parameter on the firm value. This particular study is going to have many practical implications for regulators, bankers, and policymakers. First of all, from regulator point of view, the CAMELITE indicator will be providing a forward-looking regulatory tool for financial stability assessment, and in order to and it will improve the early warning signals for after integrating digital and ESG risk framework. For banking point of view, data-driven identification of key valuation factor will provide a more comprehensive outlook for the bank to determine its stability measure, and it will enhance the strategic benchmarking framework for competitiveness of the banking industry. From policymaker point of view, evidence-based guideline for digital and sustainable banking transition will provide policymaker a framework so that they can make policies that will further strengthen the stability of particular banking institution and support the responsible finance and systematic reliance in the ecosystem of stability framework. The key conclusion that can be derived from this particular study, that this particular study is first one to introduce CAMELITE as a holistic, future-oriented financial stability indicator, capturing both traditional and non-financial drivers of the stability indicators. Secondly, the integration of machine learning technique to enhance analytical robustness and provide data-driven insight into determinant of firm value will provide more accurate forecast. And this particular study offers a strategic benchmarking and regulatory tool for sustainable banking in the digital age. Thank you so much.